You're listening to the hottest internet station. These beats are hot. In the mix with the baddest DJ.
Can you lend a nigga a pencil? Nigga, please.
Yo, www.stepupradio105.com. It's your man Jinx Underground Connection, Saturdays, 5 to 7 mix. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the building with my man, Raw Child, the product, straight out of the Bean, 617 in the building. What's good with you, my dude?
Coolin', man. On this hot Saturday, Memorial Day weekend, you know, I'm just taking it light, you know.
Yeah, big shout out to Memorial Day week, everybody, you know, doing their thing for the holidays. And anybody listening who want to invite me to a cookout, I'm down for it. I ain't got no place to go.
Yeah, we all for that. We all for that life, man. We like that steak and that chicken,
all that,
them ribs,
all that. I'm with it. I'm down with it, yo. So, yo, Ron, what you been up to lately, man?
Man, just cooling, man. I've been just taking a lot of time out and working, you know, trying to work as much as I can, you know, with artists, producers, pretty much I'm just trying to make sure I fit myself into these groups. Because you know what they say, you got to get in where you fit in. So the people that respect you and respect your craft and respect your talent, those are the people that you need to be around.
That's real talk. You just did a show out in Pufferbelly, Massachusetts, down the Cape, Mr. Cheeks event. How was that?
Oh, that was wicked. How they say in Jamaica, that was mad. That was mad, man. I mean, everybody had fun. It was like I said before, like I didn't really get the crowd. Like I really didn't really know the capacity of the crowd and like how they was really representing us, you know, as performance wise. So, you know, when they broke out, it was like, oh snap, like you know, they really feeling what we're saying, and they took the time out, you know, within those couple of split seconds to, you know, memorize the hook the next time it came around for whatever song was playing. So that caught me off guard, fan wise. That caught me off guard, like to go somewhere, you know, to go to a venue and nobody even, you know, really knows you as an artist. They might have just heard of you as, you know, as far as right before the show, you know, before they know you're coming out there.
Or burn them out for a couple of days.
Yeah, so it was like
or just even looking at the flyer.
Exactly. That was a lot for me, man, and I had to really take that into consideration. Excuse me. I had to take that into consideration and just look like, okay, if we could do that here, then we could do that anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, I definitely congratulate man D. It was a lot, just, you know, being his hype. Like I didn't even go there to perform for me. I went there to perform as his hype man. So that meant a lot to me to see, you know, all the work that we put in, you know, our work ethic, to see it actually progress, you know, because at first I was kind of looking at the show like, oh, okay, it's all right. And then as the time went on in increments, like 15-minute increments, there were just more people. So that actually surprised me more than anything.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah,
it's really hard nowadays to get a hip-hop show, you know, people to come. They usually want to go to the reggae show. They could go to a reggae night that's not even a show, and you'll see more people. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's really the fact of the type of genre of music that is. It's that when you tell people there's a local hip-hop show going on, if it's not something commercial, they don't look at it as a huge event. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I thought the show was rocking. You know what I'm saying? I was hiding out, but I thought the show was rocking. Every time y'all see me go to stage when I was trying to fix my banner. But I was in the back. I was in the back sucking down Long Island's enjoying the show. I didn't even give a damn that Mr. Cheeks didn't show. It would have been good that he could have. But I was enjoying, you know, me and my girl was enjoying the moment. I was like, yo, this is what it is right here. You know what I'm saying? And I just see it as like, if it's not, people see it as if it's not like a major event at a major venue, a lot of people don't want to, you know, show that type of love to it.
Yeah,
you know
they'll just
what I'm
pass up on it like,
they look at it like it's a high school talent show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're like it's a high school talent show or something like that. And I just think that a lot more people should support that. They do. You know what I'm saying? These things will get bigger and bigger.
Right.
You know
It get bigger and better, as you know, as you go along. And that's what I like. That's what I expected. Like, and you know, it was like before I could blink, everybody was saying the words, so it kind of threw me off for a second, but it didn't stop my performance, like
Right.
you know, as far as performance wise. So it was good, man. I like to see smiles on people's faces, whether they drinking or not, whether they sober, it doesn't matter. You know, it's only a couple of words. So like
Right.
once you listen, you can easily follow suit with the words. So
Once you
it
get
was
that
really
first
fun.
smile or that first clap, you know that you done did a good job. You know what I'm saying?
and that's what made me go harder. I was like, oh yeah, it's like that. After the first song, you know, and I could just hear everybody, yeah. So it just made me like, okay, now it's next song, you know, let's see what we can do with this one. And you know, all the way through, you know, everything was fair. So you know, I enjoyed it.
Yo, why don't you tell the people who's like listening right now, your music, what is it? What's your music about, and what are you trying to do with it right now?
Right now, you know, like my music is more focused on reality rap, like conscious rap, and you know, like for the mixtape, I already have the mixtape on thatpiff.com. You know, it's more street than anything, and I don't throw any subliminals. I don't take shots at any artists. You know, I'm not really into that. I feel as though if you're speaking what you're living and what you're around, what you see, you know, what you experience, you know, what you feel, you know, if you just, you know, make a combination of those things, you know, as an artist, like that's you. And, you know, people should respect that opposed to, oh, I don't like him because of this, or I don't like, you know, most people I feel they don't listen. And it's just like with books, most people don't read them. So
Right.
they don't actually know what's really going on with that person, you know what I mean?
That's what I was saying
As
the
an
other day
artist.
on the radio show when I was saying interview with Tanya Burton. I said a lot of niggas are scared of books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
It's
like
this
that's
phone,
like kryptonite to
how
a
this phone
motherfucker.
can flip, they go like, and pass up on it.
Exactly.
And then when someone else reads that book and says, oh, you know what I learned the other day, boom, 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 and then they ask the famous question, well, how did you learn that? It's in this book that I read.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like quotes, man. Like, you know, people put the quotes on Facebook all the time, or they put them on Twitter, and it's like, I hope that the people actually read and actually follow that, you know what I mean? And it's just like the Bible. A lot of people will read it, but who's actually living by it? You know what I mean? Anybody, I mean, you could say anything, but it doesn't mean that, you know, you're actually living by that. So how can you try to teach someone else something that you're not even practicing yourself? So it's kind of like me, like as far as you know, me being an artist, like I learned how to write, you know what I mean? I learned how to count bars, and I learned how, you know, all these different little things. So every time I'm around a different artist that might not, you know, be hip to a certain, you know, style or whatever, I'll try to hip them and, you know, make them better, because that's what it's all about. Anything that you're good at doing, you're always supposed to, you know, try to help the next person, as long as you see them even trying to make a chance, you know what I mean, taking a chance to get better in whatever it is that they're doing, you know. So it's big, you know. I didn't just come out and I wasn't like this nice artist that's gonna go platinum, you know. I had to take the little steps, you know what I mean. You gotta crawl before you walk. So that's basically what happened with me, and I'm just spreading that around. So if you hear me with, you know, features, if you hear me on mixtapes or whatever you hear me on, that's just me networking and pushing my material and pushing myself as an artist, you know what I mean, to be known and to be recognized for what I do.
That's deep. That's deep. Who are you actually like working with right now? Are you a solo act, or?
Right now I'm a solo artist, but like I've worked with like just a combination of variety of artists, you know, and I'm still climbing, because I feel as though I'm still not there. Like I don't have enough under my belt. That's how I feel. Right now, currently I'm on 7 different mixtapes.
Oh wow.
Including my own, and I still feel like that's not enough. I feel like it's decent, you know, I'm in a decent little spot, but I feel like, you know, you can always do better. You can always do better, and you know, my frustration is for the people that feel like they've already made it and they're doing the same thing that I'm doing, and then they're trying to charge other artists for the features, and it's like, you're going to the same venues I'm going to. We're doing the same shows. We're performing on the same stage.
Right.
Your set is the same amount of time that my set is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, I take all these things into consideration. Like I always focus on these things. Like I'll go to shows here and there, and I'll watch the artists. I'll see how they perform. I see how they create their music. I see how it's mixed, how it's mastered. You know, I just pay attention to everything. And then I also I also always pay attention to what the artist is saying. Every artist has their own message, and you know, it hurts when people just shelf their albums. Like they shelf their albums, or they shelf their mixtape, or they'll just pass up on it. And then when that artist blows, they're like, "Yo, I always been there from day one." And it's not necessarily true. You might have seen that when he first dropped that CD, or female, if they first dropped that CD, you know, you should have took the time out to listen to it then and there. So then when they grow, you can actually, you know, network with them. You can actually connect and say, you know, I like this song that you made, da 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 da, and then explain, you know, your insight of what you got from that song. So music is just deep in general, and I feel like more people should pay attention to the music because it is actually from African roots, you know, from slavery, follow the drinking good, you know, we looking at the North Star trying to find our way home, you know what I mean? So that's how I take it when I look at the music, you know, it all starts from the beat, and then as far as the artist goes, it starts from the chorus, and then it starts from your delivery, what you actually have to say, which is your message, you know, and that represents you and everybody else that can relate. Even if they can't relate to it, they should still be able to understand at least where you're coming from to, you know, to an extent. Because music is powerful, man. That's the voice of the people.
It's real talk right there. It's real talk. www.stepupradio105.com. Guys, excuse the technical. We had a little technicality a few minutes ago, but it's been corrected now. We're gonna get into a little bit of Raw's music over here. Then we're going to come back and kick it with them a little bit more. We want to call in 617-419-6737. Tell your friends about it. You know what I'm saying? www.stepupradio105.com. Text your peoples about it. Tell your grandmother about it. Tell everybody about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we live right now, you know?
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell everybody, man. Just tell them. Just tell everybody. It is what it is. 617-419-6737. Underground Connection. Yo. So, I'm listening to the tracks, you know what I'm saying? Tell me a little about them, how you got the idea from, where you going with them.
Pretty much the idea from the tracks, it was basically just like, I had crazy instrumentals, like just so many, and then I just broke it down to how do you say that? Process of elimination. Okay, which one is my flow on? Which one is my flow? Which one am I going to be able to get my message across straight to the point, you know, right away? And I even had a couple of my people even pick the beats, like, that's you. That's your sound on that one.
Okay.
Try that one. Do this one. So I just went in, and then after, you know, I brought them to the studio with me, recorded it, let them, you know, let me know the feedback, and everything's just been a go from there.
Okay. I see you got a track there with Kaylani.
Yeah, Kaylani Scott.
Kaylani Scott.
Shout out to Kaylani.
Big shout out to Kaylani Scott. I'm digging that. How'd that come about?
Oh man, I gotta tip my hat to my main producer Jeff Wade, man. Flamethrowers Productions.
Big shout out to
he pretty much had the connection to her. I really don't know how he got to her, but he knew her from like just probably some other kind of events, or you know, he just came across her somewhere down the line. But he basically met with her, chopped it up with her. I came with the beat. I recorded my vocals over the beat, so it's no hook, mind you. It's no hook. It's just 3 verses just going in.
Right.
And then he sat back. He's listening to the track, and he's like, "Well, you know, you don't need to write a hook for this. You could just have somebody come in and sing." And I'm like, "Oh yeah. Who am I gonna get to sing? Thanks a lot."
Right.
You know, along those lines. So he's like, "You know what? I got you." Called her. She came like right through 45 minutes. She came through. Took about 15-20 minutes to write the chorus. She did that. Took her another 15 minutes to record it. And from there, that track just been a go, man. That track actually like highlights, you know, that mixtape. You know, for some reason, that one stands out a lot. You know, and it's not even on an original beat. So, you know, I had a few people telling me like, "Yo, you need to do that on the original beat. You need to do that." So I'm kind of like at bay. And I'm just kind of like waiting to find the right beat, you know, right tempo, right feel. And
so we saying that there might be a remix to that coming out pretty soon,
yeah,
or a remake?
Yeah, a remake.
Okay,
Remake,
that's
man.
fine the way it is right now.
Good track, and that's what I was saying. But you know, I always try to take everybody's opinions, and I try to always work, and I always try to use them to my advantage. I take it as constructive criticism. I don't take it like, oh, you're trying to come down on me, you're trying to bring me down. I don't look at it like that because music is an art. It's just like poetry. It's just like driving. It's just like talking. Whatever you do is an art. You know, walking down the street, that's an art because you have to make sure you don't cross the street without looking both ways and get
walk into somebody.
You know what I mean?
You gotta have a skill for that shit. Everybody gotta have skills for walking around. All right, hold on. Underground Connection, who's this? Who? What's good with you, dog?
Yeah, man, giving a shout out to Rothschild, the father, Command C.
Alright.
Yeah, good luck. Oh.
Alright, they still in there?
Yo. What'd you say?
I didn't hear you. What'd you say, bro?
It's still on the interview?
Yeah.
We still live,
Yeah,
man.
you live right now, man.
Okay then. 3-0.
You already know. GLO.
No doubt. Good looking out for the call, dog. Keep it locked on Step Up Radio, alright?
You already know.
The Underground Connection.
Okay then.
You already know.
yo.
Yeah, man. I tip my hat to Kaylani, man. I've seen her, just elevate and just keep going. It's rare to see like an artist, especially female wise, staying in their lane, like what they're good at, and just keep making that music. Keep doing your shows, keep doing your appearances, keep doing everything that's gonna bring you out, as an artist, till you get to where you want to be. And mind you, she's doing all this without a deal, so that's more inspiration for me. Like, okay, what I'm doing is not wrong, by a long shot, So it's just like keep doing what you're doing, keep progressing with the time. Because if you're not progressing with the time's gonna pass you, and then you're gonna say, "Well, I could have done that. I should have done that."
Right.
I don't want to be stuck on that woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Right. Yeah. Go for it the first time.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you might
not. Sometimes they don't turn it back.
Yeah, you might not ever get that shot again. So you have to be blessed with what you have, whatever's right there on the table, right then and there. You gotta work with it.
Straight up. Yo, we're gonna get into a little bit more Rothschild's music coming up on I don't know, military time. We coming up on 6/13. You know what I'm saying? Here in Boston, Massachusetts, where it's hot as hell right now.
Yeah, it's blazing.
You know what I'm saying? If you walk outside your door, you're just gonna bust into a ball of flames and shit. So be careful when you go outside because you will die. Okay? www.stepupradio105.com. Yo, man, tell me a little bit more about what you're trying to do with this mix CD. We were talking during during the break. This is actually the break now, but
Basically, with the mixtape, I'm trying to push it to all the people that are going through, whatever I'm rapping about, whatever my messages are. I basically just want to reach those people because I feel as though now with the game, it's like, okay, you make a song and then you make a silly dance to the song, and then everybody forgets about where they came from.
They still dancing to music?
Yeah. I mean, as far as when I say dance, I mean a dance step, and it's like I feel as though, I'm not mad at artists for doing what they do. That's what they do, but I'm just saying, don't lose focus of where the music came from, where it originated from. You can make, I don't care if you make gangster songs all day, put something out that's conscious. Put something out that someone can sit and, read a book to, or they can sit and, teach their kids something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everything's not, the world's chaotic, in itself. But as far as like just reality, man, there's a lot of things that's going on besides dancing. Everybody's not dancing. We're actually going through real life, crisis. People are trying to pay their bills. People are trying to pay rent. People are trying to pay their phone bill. People are trying to, get food stamps to eat and keep getting turned down. Other people are trying to get Social Security and keep getting turned down. So I feel like, don't leave that out. Don't leave out the trap life. Us being, family, and everybody's family is dysfunctional. Everybody has that one fiend in their family. Everybody has that one alcoholic in their family. Everybody has that one person in their family that went to college, that graduated. Everybody has someone in their family that owns property, or at least a cousin or somebody. It's like it's crazy, and I feel like a lot of people are not, elaborating on that. Like, they're skipping the reality that they lived already. If they're doing good now, they're like escaping that as if they never came out like that. Like, a lot of people were not born with silver spoons in their mouth, and I feel as though, they're losing it as far as not speaking on that, because there's still people to this day that's living like that. So, I try to make sure that I capitalize as much as I can, on that kind of living.
That's real talk, man. I like to just touch in. I'm the alcoholic of my family, and I can't get no food stamps. I can't get shit.
You get what I'm saying? So
they wouldn't even call me for the phone for the interview. They supposed to call and say, like, when you're working, blah blah blah. Exactly. None of that shit. I'm struggling right now, man.
It's rough, man, and I don't want to. That's the whole point of. I didn't even mention earlier when I was actually introduced, but that's the whole reason, that's the whole point behind trap life. Like, everything that we're doing is trap life. Like I was saying earlier, you know how to read, that's trap life. That's more education for you. You know how to write, that's trap life. You know what I mean? You know how to drive, that's trap life. You know about how the gangs are in the city, how it's every street corner, every little corner that you turn on, every little street, that's a gang. Like, whether you realize it or not, like nowadays, the way that kids are now, like everywhere you go is a gang as far as being in this city. So it's like, I try to make sure that I'm relating to the people. I'm a people person, so I can go anywhere in the world and there could be a crowd of 1 million people. I'm still gonna stand out in that crowd because of, I'm not changing who I am. I'm simply relating to the ones that can relate, and then everyone else, they're gonna follow suit because they're gonna say, you know what, that's real. Like Pac, his mom's was a Black Panther, and every time the feds found out where she was at, okay, now we got to go to another town. So he had to start his whole life all over. Every time he went to another town, and look how successful he was. You know what I mean? And rest in peace. At the age of 25, we lost a real mentor in music. And he's a prime example. He was not just talking about drama until he was pushed to that point. He always let him know, keep your head up. That was for the females. You know what I mean? Damn mama, that's to all mothers. You know what I mean? That's unconditional love. He just did a lot. Me against the world, letting the people know, like, either you're with me or against me, and that's how I feel at this point. I feel like either you're riding with me or you're against me, and being against me is not me saying that you're my enemy. You're not my enemy. You're just not, you're just not on the vibe that I'm on. Right. But when you see that everyone else is, that's when you're gonna, oh yeah, I've always been around, I've always been there. So it's like, nah, I don't need your fake love. You know what I mean? Just like when I die, I don't want anybody that didn't love me when I was alive. I don't want them around. I don't even want to, go for that. And I will hope that my peoples, regulate that. You know what I mean? Just like, nah, he was never around or she was never around. You didn't love him when he was alive. You was downing him. You know what I mean? And kicking him when he was down. Like, nah, I don't want those people around me. Or around any of my peoples for that matter.
Real talk right there. Hope y'all listening, man, spitting some knowledge right now. How's the mix CD doing on that piff?
The mix CD right now, I probably have about 3,000 views. So that's really like number one. That's just letting you know that at least 3,000 people is paying attention to it. I just dropped it in October, so that's good. My spins is probably about 300 something, somewhere around there. My downloads are about 90, somewhere around there. So I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good as far as not having any industry features. It's like everybody that I've dealt with on that mixtape is all from Boston. Like, it's all Boston artists besides my man. Shout out Demi Mark at Bentley University. He's definitely that dude. He's for this music, and he has mixtapes of his own out, and I believe a couple albums. But everything other than that, it's like it's pushing, man. is pushing, and everywhere I go, I meet somebody. I try to slide them a CD. You know, I try to stray away from just, you know, doing everything by the book. I try to just randomly just be out if I'm out and about, and you know, I hit people off with the CDs, man. You know, just at random, I could be seeing someone at a bus stop. I'll just walk up to them, hey, you know, here you go. And, you know, they look at me like, yo, I don't even got $5, and I'm like, that's you, that's on the arm. It's already on that pit for free anyway, so it's I'm not gonna try to sell it. You know what I mean? I'll sell the album, you know, iTunes or however I get it. But as far as like the mixtape game, it's like you nowadays they only sell mixtapes if it's like a DJ hosting it, but they sell the master of that mixtape. So they'll sell it like, hey, here's the master for 300, 350, and then you sell however many copies you sell. You know what I mean? But I just feel like I'm not there yet. I have to reach more people. So it's like, nah, it's free because I can get it to you, and that also means that I'm working. You know what I mean? My work ethic, like I'm critiquing everything that I'm doing. So just to get it down to perfection and then give it to you for free, I never know like your circle. I don't know who you know that's involved with this game and how far that can take me. You know what I mean? So it's all a grind and it's a process, man. People don't understand. It's not overnight. It's all a process, you know.
Definitely.
From writing to recording to performing, you know, to right now radio interview. You know what I mean? Like courtesy of, you know what I mean? Courtesy of me and D, man. It's that trap life. We stick together. So whatever the movement is, you know, everybody, you know, works something out. We all work with each other, and then we just go in from there, man. It's all a process. Like I said, you gotta crawl before you walk. And most artists, they just have to understand now, like, if you're doing the same thing that I'm doing, it doesn't make you better than me. It doesn't make me better than you either. Right. If anything, if we're both doing the same thing, that means we need to come together somewhere along those lines.
Starts with networking. Yeah, networking and unity, man. You know. Let me ask you, since we on that topic, how do you deal with, if you have them? I mean, I know at least everybody has one or two, the haters in this situation.
You know what? I'm gonna laugh at that first because it's funny. It's like, for me, the hating, all it really does, it doesn't even get me agitated, aggravated. I don't even, you know, get all crazy with it. It just helps me mentally. It's just something about my brain mentally. I feel like when I'm pushed to a certain limit, or you know, somebody doesn't really want me to do good, that's when I get better. You know what I mean? So as an artist, like the hate that I've gotten, it only made me better, and it's only gonna continue to be that way. I really don't care what anybody says. I don't care who disses me in the song, says my name. I don't care whatever they do, because at the end of the day, I know who I am as a person, as a human being. So, you know, all that's gonna do is just fuel the fire, and it's just gonna make me better. It's just gonna keep making me better, and I'm just gonna keep putting out more consistent music. You know what I mean? Whether I do it by singles, whether I do it by mixtapes, or whether I do it by album, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that. Oh, let's see what we got. We got a call coming in. Underground Connection, who's this?
This is Bones Eastwood calling from my man. He's on the air right now, man.
Who's that?
Or am I on the air right now?
We got Rothschild on the air right now. We got Rothschild on the air.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling for. I just don't want to put his gov out there.
Alright, who's this again?
I'm on air?
Yeah,
you on
live
air
right now.
Yo, this is Bones Eastwood, man, calling for Rothschild. You already know who it is.
Oh, alright, man.
Hey, man, you're doing your thing, man. I don't need no shout-outs. I'm just here to shout out to you. You know, I barely do things like this. So, yo, keep making the city with what you're doing, man. Yo, real music out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling the tune for the season, man. You keep doing your thing, man. Holla at your boys,
You
man.
already know. I appreciate it, fam.
Yo.
Good looking out, my dude.
Yeah, man. Y'all stay up, man. Keep doing your thing, man.
Alright.
Who's that?
Yeah, man, that's my man, from way back, man. Bones Eastwood, man.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, the reason why I asked you that because we got a lot of artists coming up now. who kind of questions their craft. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then once you got a hater or two who jumps on, is like, nah, man, you know that's not, you know what I'm saying, whatever. They actually really like the track because it's something better than their shit. You know what I'm saying? But they make that other person feel discouraged. You just eliminated one artist out the game. Push that hater one step forward. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I was asking you about, how you feel about the hater game right now.
Yeah, I feel, you know, I can't even say I feel. I am confident. I am confident. So, you know, like I said, once again, it's just, all that does is just fuel the fire. It's just like, come on, like, are you serious? Like, let's just be real. You know, especially me, I don't feel like I'm above anybody. You know, I reach out to everybody, and, you know, I feel as though, you know, as long as you treat people the way that you want to be treated, as long as you respect people, because that comes first before anything. That comes before money, you know what I mean? Well, respect and loyalty, because those are both strong, you know what I mean? Those are both real strong things. Respect and loyalty, you know, those two things, they go a long way, you know what I mean? Those things brought me here. You know, period. You know, this was a dream before, so now it's a reality, you know what I mean? And opposed to talking about it, I'm living it right now, you know what I mean? So it's just more of a glory thing. I feel like, you know, at times I feel like Rocky or Mike Tyson, you know what I mean, when they was at their best point, you know what I mean? They didn't really let anything get to them, because at the end of the day, when they left that fight, the next day they're still practicing, even though they don't have a fight coming up, they're still practicing, because that's what they're used to, that consistency, you know what I mean? And you know, I swallowed my pride a long time ago, so the hating, it doesn't even bother me. It's like, it's I can't even say it motivates me. It's like, I participate in that, like, oh, you want to hate? Alright, cool. I'm going to take that, put that in the pot. Another hater, we're going to take that, put that in the pot. Because I learn from them too. You know, they just make you better. They help you improve your skills and your craft and just everything that you stand for. In my personal opinion.
I think a lot more people should take that into consideration, because like I said, people want to come up and get like a hater or two, and it's usually somebody who's been out there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? That might talk down to them or whatever, and they get discouraged. Yeah, because I pull themselves out the game.
Yeah, I don't bring no man down. Like, I don't even care. There's artists that came up before me that's still rocking. There's artists that came out after me, they still rocking, and I'm still rocking. So it's like, I'm not here to step on nobody's toes, man. There's more than enough money, fame out here. There's more than enough of everything, you know what I mean? And the fact of the matter, as far as the haters, they don't understand that you're not the only one. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're not the only one hating. There's other haters that just not coming to the forefront with it. You know what I mean? There's other haters that's scared, or they might tell someone else, you know, they might tell a friend to tell a friend, oh, I ain't feeling that dude, but whatever the case is, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? There's so much hate, you know, it just comes and goes. It's like money and friends, man, it just comes and goes. And you just have to be aware, you know, of your surroundings. And once you're aware of your surroundings and you know who's who, you don't have to second guess anybody, you know what I mean? Right. It's just everything's right there in your face, you know, and most of the time, the people, like, you know, as people, as a person, we miss things because it's right under our nose, you know what I mean? But we just never look down to actually see it. Hello? And you know, you always have to focus on your corners, like left, right, up, down, side to side, you know what I mean? You always have to pay attention to what's coming at you. And also what you're walking into. You know, because sometimes you could walk into some shit that, you know, you think about later, like, damn, I seen it coming and I still walk into it. You know what I mean? Instead of avoiding it, you know, like how they say with God, man, you can either go straight, there's something for you. If you go to the left, there's something for you. You go to the right, there's something for you. You know, but if you're not aware, if you're not paying attention, you know, you're gonna miss out on a lot of things. So, you know, it's all about, you know, paying attention and focusing, man. Focus is the most part. Anybody can rap, anybody can sit there and write a rhyme, anybody can do a show, but it's all about what you pay attention to at the end of the day, man. You know, what you pay attention to, and also what you utilize. You know, that's what I feel as though that's what makes us stronger people.
Your man Jinx, page 617-419-6737. Well, we about to come to the ending of the show. I want to thank my man Rod Child for coming through.
blessing the Underground Connection show and the Step Up radio station. You know what I'm saying? You got any quick shout outs, anything you want to get anybody?
Quick shout out to Haywire Music Nation. Shout out to Flamethrowers Productions. Shout out to Grizzly Squad, Drum Roll Media. Shout out to WMS to Sultan. You already know. I shout out my Trap Life family. Of course, you Jinx P. You already know what it is.
20, everybody.
Team 220. Shout out Free Brass, man. Free all our political prisoners, man. Because we're most of us are incarcerated, man, just for trying to feed our families, man. And in that, same sentence, we're getting caught up in between, street beefs and he said, she said, and all just irrelevant things, you know what I mean? And we're actually being held captive on these things. So it's like, I feel as though as an artist, as a musician, as a father, as a son, as a brother, as a leader, each one teach one. So, we gotta start from somewhere, and we can't be scared to help each other. I feel like that's what's wrong with our city right now, and our people as a race. We're scared to help each other. Everybody's putting each other down. I'm trying to bring everybody up, man. So, if you see my features and you see my team and you see us going hard, don't feel like, you can't come and say hi, can't come and say what's up. We can't come and come to an agreement somewhere along the lines and work, man.
Out.
You know what I mean? I'm not, I'm special.
At the end of the
I'm
day,
special.
nobody got millions.
Yeah, I'm special to the. I'm special.
Contract, movie,
Yeah,
none of that.
I'm special to the people that love me, man, and even the people that don't love me, but the people that can reflect off of what I do and what I say and my music. I feel like it speaks for itself. But if you're not listening, it just defeats the purpose. Just like if someone's teaching you something, if you're not learning, then you're defeating the purpose.
That's what's up.
Put your egos to the side.
And shout out to Danny Foxwoods, man. That not CZ, man. Not Solve Entertainment, man.
Speaking of Foxwoods, you're gonna catch him tomorrow with Miss Perk and Frenchie coming through Step Up Radio on the Live Wire show. Band running back of me. Live Wire show every Sunday, 5 to 8. Step Up Radio 105.com. That's our other hip hop show. You want to catch my show, Underground Connection, Thursdays and Saturdays. We got different times, so I won't even get into the whole time thing. You know what I'm saying? We rotate a lot, but Saturdays 5 to 7 most of the time, and Thursdays 7 to 9, 9 to 11. We figured out what it's gonna be next week. So keep it locked, man. Step Up Radio 105.com. One thing. Rothschild for coming through, WMS Sultan for gathering the footage for hip hop visuals, Man D for coming through and showing support.
Shout out to hip hop visuals too, man. It's like I said, man, everybody has their own individual movement, and right now we're on the brink, man. So we're trying to put this thing together, man. This is us, man. It's either now or never, So shout out to everybody that's out here doing it, man. I can't say. I'm not gonna, go over favoritism. I'm not gonna do that because I treat everybody alike the same way I want to be treated. You know what I mean? Respect and loyalty goes a long way. Shout out to LOE too, man. Shout out to K Mafia. That's one of my guys too. Shout out to Last Days. Shout out to a lot of there's a lot of artists doing it, man. I can't, definitely shout out to Lex, man. I had a conversation with one of his people. I'm trying to work with him. But that's the whole thing with the game, man. Don't be scared to work. Don't be scared to reach out to another artist, man. The worst thing that can happen is they say nah. You know what I mean? But for the most part, if they see your drive,
we get together and make a song and make millions off that one track.
They see your drive, man, and that's what it's all about.
It's all about the unity,
How they say, man, how barbers say it, man. Shout out to
Unity is power. Unity is power. Big shout out to New England up front. Unity is power. Is form right.
And that's like the biggest right now. That's like the biggest motto I feel as though for this city, man. You know what I mean? For this town. Shout outs to the town. It's the town, bitch. Shout out to the town, man, because those are my other guys, man. But we go way back. But it's all a fact of, man, just coming together, man. I'm just tired of all the the craziness that's going on, the egos, all that other stuff. swallow that, man. Swallow that pride, man, because you know we come together, we'll be just as great as these other towns and these other states and cities, you know, if not better. You know, we come from a small city, so we're made up of more people. You know, everybody's crunched up together. You know, we got Cape Verdeans, Haitians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, Haitians. We got every pretty much nationality. You know what I mean? Asians, and everybody has talent. Whether they sing, dance, rap, poetry, spoken word, it doesn't matter. So let's get this ball rolling, man, and let's get off that bullshit, man.
You heard it first. Right Child, the product, straight out the beam, 617. Underground Connection, man. That's the end of our show. Like I said, keep it locked. StepUpRadio105.com. And anytime you want to call us, 617-419-6737. We here, man. We 24 hours a day. Heard me?
Pray for a nice doctor like Cliff Huxtable. Nah, you better pray for witch doctors who never wear shoes with a wooden staff throwing powder to get some hope for you. What would if you
make sure you don't walk away with my heart? No, this time I'ma make sure you don't walk away with my heart. No, this time I'ma make sure you don't walk away.
Graduating, and then you tried to hand them a certificate of attendance and say, I'm sorry, but thank you for participating. So now these students are left with no job and their education gone wrong. While on that other side,
eyes corrupted without goals, trying to survive. Who wanted? I got those memories of booze, death, lingering niggas. My temper's off the chain when I'm rolling down river. Copper bag.